Hey guys, and welcome back to another workbench review. As announced in my Armytek Crystal review, I will also review the new Wizard C2WR, which is also a multi-purpose flashlight or multi-use flashlight. I got the version in warm white and red. It also exists in cool white with red light. So basically it's the same as a Wizard C2 Pro, just that you have two emitters. That's pretty cool. I was waiting for that for a long time. I will do a comparison between these three, so the C2 Pro Max, the C2 Pro, and the C2WR. So I will lay those beside and get them later. The packaging is, as we know it from Armytek, really nice. I like the design. Lots of information directly printed on the box. So we will get 1020 lumen from the warm white LED and 230 from the red LED, 970 meters beam distance in the warm white mode and 41 meters in the red light. In the lowest mode it has a runtime of about 2 months. It's rechargeable via the magnetic USB cable, and then we have lots of different information which we will have a look on later. So they say it's like 3-in-1 flashlight. You can use it as a headlight, as a belt light. With the magnet you can attach it to a car to work on it. You get an optional bike mount, and you also get an optional head mount, so that's pretty cool. I will need to get one of those to attach the light to one of my helmets for my underground adventures. So we'll take the light out of the packaging. Need to warn you, I already took it on a few adventures, so it's not completely clean anymore. The matte surface of the nice anodizing attracts the dust, so there are a few spots on it and it's difficult to clean, but it's very sturdy, and yeah, I like it a lot. So first have a look at the battery. So it comes with a 3200 milliamp battery. They also indicate that at the back of the package it also comes with 2800 milliamp up to 3500 milliamp. In my eyes they should only sell the 3500 for maximum runtime, but the Armytek batteries are really good. I really like them. We have again two O-rings as we know it from Armytek, and then the threads is nicely greased. We have a spring in the head, so you can use button top and flat top batteries, and a spring in the back. Really sturdy flashlights, so I like them a lot. The engravings are nicely done. So here we see warm red light compared to the C2 Pro. It's warm light. For the rest they look quite identical. So I don't see any differences. It's basically the same light with a dual output. You can also see, looking through the lens, there's a little red dot for the red LED. Here you can nicely see the XHP 50 sitting behind the nice honeycomb tear lens. And we have the headband that we know from Armytek. I'm a big fan of the system they came up with. You just snap it in and can securely, or can extra secure it with the O-ring. Turns nice around, so it's really nice. You won't lose it, and the head strap is really good quality. I don't know if I have ever encountered any head straps that are as good as the Armytek ones. So that's really nice. Then we have the magnetic charging cable via USB, so that's quite handy. Just attach it to the back and it will charge. We'll have a look at it later. And then we have a clip and 2 spare O-rings, which I will not take out of the bag because you have already seen it in other videos. Then we have, of course, the user manual, which is again a short version. If you want the entire user manual, you need to download it from their webpage. Basically, it's quite easy to understand. We will have a look at the charging possibility first. So the light or the tail cap is on, the light turns on. You can lock the light by a quarter of a turn, so it's like a tail cap lockout. And I will show you now, if you want to charge, battery is, or the indicator is blinking red. That means that you need to unscrew the tail cap quarter of a turn, and then it stops blinking, and it shows a solid red. That means it's charging. If it's orange blinking, it means that either your contact is dirty or there's a fault with the USB supply or whatsoever. And as soon as it switches to green, it is fully charged. The green blinking is showing that it is checking the battery status. So the charging possibility or function is really nice. It takes about 3 hours and 20 minutes to fully charge. I normally charge it in an external charger, but if you are traveling, it's quite cool because you don't need to take an extra big charger. You just take the USB cable and it's easy going. We will have a close look at a few of the technical specifications because they are better indicated on the box. So the length is 112 millimeters, diameter of the tube is 33 millimeters, it weighs 65 grams without the battery. That is the same as the C2 Pro. The C2 Pro Max weighs 79 grams, so it's quite lightweight and compact. Waterproof according to IP68, so 10 meters for 2 hours about, so you can submerge it to a depth of water of 10 meters for 2 hours. Impact resistance 10 meters. And then we have the different modes. In my eyes, the user interface of this one is easier because you don't have a Firefly 1, Firefly 2, main 1, main 2. So here it's quite easy. I need to lock it again. Turn on by a single click. Double click to switch between the red mode and the warm or cool white mode, and then you just hold down the button to cycle through the different modes. It has a memory function, so that's cool. Even if you switch between the two, it will always turn on in the last used mode in red and in warm or cool white, so that's really nice. A long press gets you to the moon. Double click gets us to red light, and then we can just cycle through the different stages. So that's pretty nice. I will measure the different output modes in my ulbrichtball and tell you once we are outside for the Beamshots what I measured. The light also has a strobe mode, and I must say Armytek did a really nice job here. It is not accessible in the different normal user interfaces, so that's really cool. Double click to go to the warm white and show you there's no blinking involved. If we want to add the strobe to the normal user interface, we unscrew the light by a quarter of a turn. We push the button we unscrew and we screw back on. Now we have the blinking in the normal sequence. Double click for red light. So also here we have the red blinking in the sequence. If we want to take it out again, unscrew the tail cap, lock it until the light turns on, turn off, let go of the button. Now no blinking modes anymore. We'll also show you that in the warm white, no blinking anymore. So that's really cool. So for all the people that don't need any blinking, it is completely hidden, and that's really nice. I will now fully charge up the C2WR as well as the other two lights, and then we will have a comparison outside in the dark to compare the different LED types, the cool white, the warm white of this, the warm white of the C2W. Before we head out, I just wanted to give you the details about the used LEDs. So in the WR we have two XD16 LEDs from XQE for the warm white light. It's about 4500 Kelvin, and for the red LEDs we have two XQE LEDs. So it's LEDs that I don't know this much, but you can clearly see that they are not as big as the XHP 50.2 used in the C2 Pro, and also smaller than the XHP 70.2 in the C2 Pro Max. The C2WR has a spot of 70 degrees and a spill of 120 degrees. So it has a narrower spot than the bigger LEDs that are used in the two others. So we will give it a nice comparison outside. Hey guys, and welcome back. We are in the forest with the Wizard C2WR in the highest warm white mode, which is indicated with 1020 lumen. I measured 950 lumen. After a while it will dim down to 480 lumen. I measured 450 lumen, so quite accurate. As you can see, it's very, very nice and even beam, very nice warm white tint. And we still have a nice beam distance, so the big trees at the back are around 40 meters away and you can still see them, so plenty enough for a headlight. I will now dim down to the lowest mode, the moon mode, which is indicated with 0.5. I measured 0.43, so you can see a little bit of light on the left side, but really not much, so perfect for moon mode. And then we will have the 120 lumen mode, which I measured with 108 lumen, 380 lumen, which I measured with 347 lumen, and then the highest mode with 1020 lumen. In my eyes, the user interface is perfect. They could maybe have put one level between the moon and the 120 lumen mode, but for the rest it's really perfect. I will do a double click. We will switch over to the red. We'll go to the highest mode possible. It is indicated with 230 lumen. I measured 400 lumen in my ulbrichtball. It's quite difficult to measure red light, but it's pretty powerful, as you can see. Then we have the lowest mode with 18 lumen. There I measured 26. 72 lumen, I measured 113. And again, the moon mode, which is not giving away much light, but it's enough to read a map or something else. There it's indicated with 0.1. I measured 0.25. So again, the warm white, my dog is peeing, really nice. and I will show you now a comparison to the C2 Pro Max. So on the right side we have the C2 Pro Max, which is indicated with about 4000 lumen in the highest mode. It's a cool white version, so you can see it produces also a very nice beam, a bit less beam distance than the WRC2. So it's up to you to decide which light color you like the most. Now I will show you the comparison to the standard C2 Pro. On the right side we have the C2WR, and on the left side the C2 Pro. So I prefer the light tint or LED tint of the WR version, and it has slightly more beam distance. I'm not sure if you can see it on the video. It does not change a lot, but for me the WR is the clear winner because you have an additional red light source, so that's pretty awesome. I hope this review answered all your questions. If not, please make sure to put them in the comment section. I will do my best to answer it. And as always, I would like if you hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up. See you soon, guys. Bye bye.